What's up, guys? Today we're here with Bernardo Faria. Huge honor for me.
Huge honor for me.
Yeah. So we have Bernardo. Everyone should know who Bernardo is. He's a 5-time world champion, as well as the co-founder of BJJ Fanatics. Today he's going to show us one of his favorite moves, and it's actually one of my favorite moves as well.
The dog bar. Yeah, no, Sean, thanks for bringing me here. Guys, Sean just started this YouTube channel, so help him grow. If you follow him on Instagram, he has probably the fastest growing Jiu-Jitsu Instagram, maybe in the history. Like, man, this guy's getting like 50 to 100 million views per month on Instagram, and now he just started his YouTube channel, so make sure to give him a follow, and let's do this. Guys, what we're gonna do here is the dog bar, which is my favorite knee bar. And I truly believe that this is a great submission even for the older grapplers as well. Because if you think about it, it's the type of submission that I don't need to sweep you, I don't need to take you down, I don't need to guard, pass your guard, I don't need to get him out, I don't need to take her back. I'm going to do from the guard passing, and coincidence is from my favorite guard passing, which is the over-under pass. Okay? I'm going to, as I always do when I teach seminars, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this move. One is going to be for training, and the other one is going to be for tournaments. And please do not do the tournament version in training, because you guys will see that's much faster and it can hurt. So I'm here in the over-under pass, right? And as I normally do in the over-under, I'm going to stay on toes over here and try to put as much shoulder pressure on my opponent as possible. Now I'm going to walk a little bit to the side, and I'm going to stretch his leg down, right? Guys, once I did that, I'm going to do what I call like the bear hug. So I'm going to give him a bear hug over here. So I'm going to control his leg really, really tight here, like a bear hug. And I'm going to start walking to the mirror, walking to the mirror, and walking to the mirror. When I'm here in the mirror, what I'm going to do is this. Look, I'm going to close like a semi-triangle on my legs. So it's not like a total triangle. It's not like this either. It's like a semi-triangle. And I'm going to place my both knees on the ground. So if you really think about what I'm doing here is, I created this gap between Sean's knee and the mat, okay? And then I'm really doing the bear hug on his leg to make sure that he cannot turn his leg towards the other side anymore. I tried to turn, but he cannot, and this is because the bear hug. And now my hip is gonna push his knee down, he's gonna feel some pain, and he's gonna tap. I walk to the side, stretch his leg down, I hug his leg as tight as I can. I drive to the mirror, drive to the mirror, and drive to the mirror. Also I'm here, I'm going to close the semi-triangle. I'm going to place my both knees on the ground, and I'm going to push with my hip on top of his knee until he feels a little bit of pain and he taps. Guys, this is the training version, okay? If this was a tournament, and I joke, if you had signed the waiver, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to lift my hip as high as I can, and in just one motion, I'm going to drop my hip. So, boom! And it goes really, really quick, and it goes right on his knee. There's good news and bad news over here. Like, the good news is that I never saw anyone who were badly injured from this. So this is different than heel hook and all those leg locks that if you don't tap, you go straight to the hospital, have 3 surgeries scheduled. This one, I never saw anyone who got injured. I have seen people who got hurt, which is different than got injured. So it hurts. And maybe it's going to hurt for 1 or 2 days. But I never saw anyone who had to make a surgery or anything like that. So at least that makes me feel a little better. And a few more things here that's important to note. The biggest challenge here is to be able to find his knee with your hip. So if you're just starting to do this move, you can ask your training partner to help you out with that, because he can tell you where it's hurting. Because the common mistake here is that the guy gets here and start pushing. I'm not on his knee, so it's not going to feel anything. And then you go a little lower, still a little high, and then you go a little lower, and it's probably here, and Sean is going to tell me, and now I know exactly where it is, and I start drilling exactly in this place. So this is one thing you should know. Another thing you should know is, many times I teach seminars, there's 50 people on the mat, and I even joke with them, hey guys, there's someone in this room, and you gotta figure out who is this person very soon, that doesn't tap for this, period. Some people, their knee is a little bit more flexible than the other, and you can push and they just don't feel. In my case, for example, when I was competing, Leandro Low was like that, so I tried twice on him, and I made a promise that I would never try again. because his face would not even change. You know, like his leg was very flexible, and he literally didn't feel the move. So anyways, let's do this again. So I'm in the over-under pass. I'm gonna stay on toes. I'm gonna control his leg. I'm gonna walk a little bit to the side, stretch his leg down. I'm gonna control his leg. Here's the bear hug. I'm gonna drive to the mirror, drive to the mirror, drive to the mirror. I'm gonna close a semi-triangle, and I'm gonna push, and he's gonna tap. If that was a tournament, I would lift my hip as high as I could, and I would drop my hip on his knee, and I would get a submission.
So I just have a quick question because I have the what if people, right? Like
Yeah,
I always have the what if question. I'm assuming, like let's say I know you're Bernardo Faria. I don't want to get dog barked. You get me up in that position, right? And immediately like, I put my foot here. You're probably just gonna pass me.
I'm
with
just
the
gonna
under
pass.
over.
Yeah, that's a very good question, and I've passed in a lot of people's guard on a easy way because of that. They were scared about the knee bar, and they either did what you did, or they just turn a little bit like that and they give him the pass. So, and that's Jiu-Jitsu, right? There's always like pros and cons and the trade-offs.
Yeah, that's why I like having so many threats because, like a lot of the time, I'll threaten heel hooks to fall back so I can pass the guard.
Or you got to sweep, or you got to. Yeah, that's exactly the goal.
Cool.
And there was a time in my career when I was competing that I don't remember the exact number. It was like my last 17 matches, I got 12 with this one. You know, and that was such a good time. And again, I love this move, and I think it works really well for the older grapplers.
Yeah.
Because it's a very quick way to finish the match. You start the match, the guy pull guard, you got the over-under, done. You can rest for the next one. Versus you have to pass his guard, get the mounts, and work on something. So like, but anyways, no, thanks for being here, for bringing me here, Sean. And guys, enjoy this channel because you guys will see probably there like right now like 1,000 or 2,000 followers, and I bet that in 1 year you're gonna see a lot more zeros there because he does such a great job creating content for you all.